that we may have ever had in the history of
It's a
the
Rumi
DVR
poem.
Podcast Network. Is it?
Yeah, it's a poem.
Oh, see, I love that you looked that up.
It's what's the title? Tell me again.
Who are you talking to? Google or
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You, Axel, tell me.
out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a river.
Yeah, that it's not a river. It should be there's a field. So they changed it, but it's a Rumi poem.
And I just found it and I can read it on the podcast.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
it's
It's
so good.
beautiful.
And oh, of course, Coleman Barks, the essential roomie. Oh
There
my
we go.
God.
There we
We
go.
read I had one of my friends read a little bit of Rumi at my wedding.
Oh, okay.
Little love poem, you know. I think in
Mm-hmm.
college we all got into little roommate, maybe read it with our
Oh
Roommate.
college
boy.
mate, you know what I'm saying? Hey girl.
He's a Persian poet.
Yeah.
I'm familiar through my boyfriend,
Yeah.
who is Persian.
Hey girl. I
Look
got
at
some Rumi
us.
poetry
I
to
know.
talk about
We're
with
all
you.
up in the roomie.
That's the Gen Xer in us,
Yeah.
like we know a little bit about everything.
Want to have a little Rumi study sesh? Come on over. I'll bring the Zima.
I'll bring the Ziva.
Oh boy.
That was the first thing that ever
I'll
got
bring
me
the
drunk.
cocaine. I don't
Oh,
know.
I'll take that.
It's
Lord,
hardcore poetry.
man, those were the days. I
Do I
wish.
look like I've ever done cocaine? I've never even been near it.
Mm, really?
my
You never done
husband,
cocaine?
my husband will be like, "Oh yeah, I did that. I did crack. I
Oh,
did
me
this. I
too.
did that." Like he's done
Yeah.
everything. I'm
No,
like,
I've done just about everything, but I've never done heroin. I've
okay,
never tried heroin.
okay,
Never had the opportunity. Just was like, nope, I'm good. No need
okay.
to even try that. But
Did you
cocaine,
did you get my
phew,
text last night about Elliott Smith?
oh yes, I
Timmy was very
forgot.
upset that I did not bring up that his favorite cover of Trouble, the Cat Stevens song from
Oh
Harold and
yeah,
Maude,
yeah.
is by Elliott Smith. Yes. So there you go, Timmy. I mentioned it.
Which I saw him perform many times. He was the best. You could just call out songs because he would a lot of times be kind of out of it,
Yeah.
and he would say like, "Oh man, I don't know what to play. What do you guys want to hear?" And
Mm.
somebody would just yell something out. I mean he probably played 20 songs that I yelled out.
Oh, not
I'd be
like
like, "Play
Ryan
this,"
Adams, who freaks out and throws you out of the theater if you say anything while he's playing.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. Yeah. No. I never saw Elliott Smith. He had to stop shows because he was too
Mm,
wasted, but he
yeah.
never got angry. I
It's a
never
shame.
ever never saw him get angry.
Yeah.
Is even when one guy kept on yelling out Freebird and he
It's
was
always
like,
that
I
guy.
get it. That was the only time he got mad. I'm serious.
Okay.
He just got a little mad. He was like, "Hey man, you can keep on yelling out Freebird, but I'm not playing it, man. I'm sorry. I know it
Mm,
sounds funny to
okay.
keep on saying it. Like that's how he was. He was like, I
That's
know it
funny.
sounds funny, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna play it, man. But if you do you have another song?" And then someone would yell something out and he would play it.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was so good. All right, hey, we're live on YouTube.
Yay.
All right.
Talking Elliott Smith. Um, I let's see. All right. We got the YouTubers, got this, and let me bring up the old sheet and we'll be ready to go. Let's start it out. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a longer intro and then I'll do the
Okay.
intro of everyone just because we're getting towards the end, so I want to thank the patrons and all that kind of shit. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back to Task, a podcast about HBO Max's amazing, emotional, and beautiful show, Task. We're here to talk about episode 6, Out Beyond Ideas of Wrongdoing and Rightdoing, There is a River. Before we get into the show, I just want to remind everyone that you can head on over to dvrpodcast.com. You can become a patron at patreon.com/DVR. And I want to thank some new patrons we had just recently. I want to thank Susan, Marlene, Cam, Jen, Billy, Angie, and Adrienne. Thank you so much for becoming patrons, supporting the podcast. We're independent podcasters. We appreciate it. And I also want to thank the people who gave us great reviews on Apple Podcasts, including Pina Colada. Who doesn't like a Pina
Ooh,
Colada?
Ooh.
nice.
JD Zhang, 72. Mrs. Lay retired, something that I can't read because my text is too large because I'm old. One of the best names who gave us a bad review, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to say your name anyway, Nut Sniffer. And it's
Oh my God.
Nutzniffer. So it's also a very interesting spelling, which I appreciate. Monfisa, Merrill, DG774, and of course, Joe Bear. Just want to thank you all for leaving reviews. I'm going to pronounce Mark Ruffalo's name correctly today. Just because that's what people want, so I'm going to give the people what they want. I also want to thank our longtime listener and patron, Kim, for reaching out. She said that, she grew up a bit in the Delco region before moving to Jersey. So, Kim is an all-time Jersey fan. We love you, Kim. Thank you for reaching out. And just so many people listening and watching, and it just makes me happy because this show is amazing. And I have two amazing people on with me today, two returning champions. Of course, if you have heard her Handmaid's Tale podcast, which we want to talk about because I want to come on that podcast, Gina. It's Gina. Hi, Gina. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm great, Axel. Thanks for having me on again. And yes, the Handmaid's Tale podcast will be reinvigorating itself post final season.
Oh,
But
that's exciting. Are you going to go back to the beginning?
no, I didn't do the last season because I was having some
Oh,
health issues.
okay.
So,
Okay.
and
So you're going to do
also
it now.
vacation interruptus. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm going to go back and do it now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And that other voice
Can
you
I
hear-
invite myself on as well?
Yes, I'd love to have you on. Yeah. Let's do it.
I love
Let's
that
do
show.
it. Okay.
Mhm.
This
Awesome.
this is my secret way of trying to make that happen by mentioning it live on the podcast.
There we go.
And that other voice you hear, of course, is Amy from Little Miss Recap, Murder
Hi,
She
everyone.
Watched. And on her Patreon, we're covering Special Forces. I forgot to
Yes.
mention that last time.
Yes, Special Forces with Cody Brown and others. We don't really care who else.
And others.
Cody Brown's on it.
And I want to say, Amy, while we're introducing you, thank you to all the backdoor friends, your BDFs, your listeners, because they've been awesome too, just reaching out, leaving
They're the best.
comments. And that's just awesome because those are all amazing people. And what an episode. I mean, I don't even really know how to start this episode because I didn't want to get too emotional. This was such an emotional episode. I think it's rare that I watch a show and I find myself kind of spontaneously like tearing up at moments that I didn't even realize it just sneaks up on me,
Mhm.
And this show, I just want to give a shout out because this episode was written by Brad Inglesby, our showrunner, and David Obzad, who is, as I said before, an actual cop
Mhm.
who he did research with, directed by Sally Richardson Whitfield. I hope they all get Emmys. I hope all the actors and actresses get Emmys. Overall, Amy, did you have some thoughts about this episode, how it hit you before we dive into the details?
It was funny because as we were watching it, my husband kept saying, "Are you sure this isn't the finale?" And I'm like, "No, they didn't solve the crime yet. Like the crime's supposed to be solved, but we did wrap up quite a bit in this episode." But I just want to give a shout out for the directing too, because that action sequence, that fight sequence through the woods, in the cabin, over the bridge, whatever, all of that was so complex because you're dealing with different locations that all look the same kind of in the woods. But we were able to sort of figure out who was where. And I was really impressed with that because it could have gone a totally different way. Like it kind of reminded me of what's the episode where in The Sopranos when they're in the woods in New Jersey
Pine
for a long time.
Barrens.
It reminded me of Pine Barrens, like just this whole episode in the woods, but it's riveting and you sort of are able to locate where everybody is and not lose sort of lose touch with anyone. So I thought it
Yeah.
was great. And R.I.P. Robbie. I mean, what a great character, and I'm gonna miss him. I really wanted him to have a happy ending. Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
These are great points. I just want to hit on what you said about the locations
Mm-hmm.
because that is so important. And if you notice, each of them has a distinct thing, like over by the rocks, by the
Yeah.
cabin, by the water. Like, you're absolutely right that that is so hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Pine Barrens is closer to like the shore in Jersey, but it's in the same
Mm-hmm.
general area because this is like the Poconos,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
the Pine
Yeah.
Barrens is like probably maybe like a half hour away or something because my mom
Hmm.
used to live near the Pine Barrens.
Okay.
I think that's like
It's kind of by the water gap.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
generally it is in the same region,
Mm-hmm.
but great points. Gina, what were your thoughts on this amazing app?
I mean, I definitely agree with the action scenes. And then also the editing together of some of the literally the blow by blow, particularly the scene with Robbie and Jason fighting and then Tom and Perry fighting. Like that was like very lockstep, very like the same thing is happening in different parallels. Um, and I enjoyed that. And then also this, I have to say the sound editing, anytime you have someone
Yeah.
with a hearing impairment and they kind of do that fuzzy overlay, like poor Lizzie. I'm just like, this is going to cause something bad to happen, which it did. But just that, the gunshot and the trouble hearing always just makes me cringe because I hate it. Like having an ear infection or something when you can't hear, it's just kind of so debilitating. Um, and then, I always thought Robbie probably wasn't going to make it out of this alive, but I was still upset that he didn't make it out alive. I was just like, oh, maybe there's a chance and maybe this can go well. And then I was kind of shocked about Lizzie as well. That was
Yeah.
rough. That was really rough.
Yeah. Oh man. And
I
the
kind of thought that it might. I was saying as it was unfolding that I thought Grasso was going to have to make a choice between Lizzie and his allegiance to the Dark Arts.
yeah,
I just didn't expect her to die, I guess.
yeah.
Like I knew he would be put in that position. I guess we all kind of did. But I just thought it would be something like, oh, now she can't hear. So like he might be saying something and we think, oh, she knows now, but like she couldn't hear it. I didn't know. I just thought he was gonna have to make a choice and he chose wrong.
Well, that's the thing too, is that it's a subtle choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what makes this show so awesome, is that it's not like, they're the classic Mexican standoff, everyone's got a gun to each other's heads.
Right.
It's that his his complicity allowed for them to be on that bridge in the
He waved
van.
them on to
And
escape.
yes,
Yep.
so he did cause her death in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to me when I was trying to look into this show, so like what really grabbed me, and that it was that moment, and it was comparing that moment to Tom's son, who he adopted, pushing his wife down the steps and killing her, and the complicity. Am I saying that right? I am saying it right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh wow. See, sometimes you say something right and it sounds wrong in your head. Welcome to podcasting. But though that I just keep on thinking about those two events and how they kind of mirror each other, but they're the same yet different because we still don't know why Grasso is doing this, right? Like we're gonna get to the scene with Dorsey and what they talk about, but we still don't know the history, right? And the history matters. On this show, it matters their
Mm-hmm.
motivation. Um, I just yeah, this whole episode just blew me away in ways that I really I don't know. I just didn't expect. And gosh, the thing that really gets me too is that fucking Jay killed both
I
brothers.
know. I
Yeah.
was just like, he cannot kill him
Ugh,
too. And
Yeah.
then he did.
Yeah.
that was the thing. And when Tom has to tell Maeve that, and you see it on her face, she's like, "That's the guy that killed my father."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, oh, jeez, I can't even.
Oh, when they were going to arrest Maeve, I was ready to flip tables in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, getting Teresa up in this house. All right, I like it. That fits. It's Jersey. Well, all right, let's I'm gonna try to do a little bit of what you do, and pause for us to chat. But we start off where we left off, which is Robbie's at the edge of the water. Tom's got his gun. Now they both have their guns trained on each other. He yells at him to put the gun down. The dark heart's here. As kind of we predicted, the guns start flying. It affords Robbie the ability to run off into the woods. Tom follows him. And we get our first real kind of, I guess, event of the show, of this episode, which is that as Tom is chasing after Robbie, Tom falls. Robbie looks back, there's a Dark Hearts guy, and Robbie shoots over Tom to kill him, thus saving Tom's life. They then end up in the cabin where he says, "Put the gun down. I know you're not going to shoot me." And we're all kind of bad accent. We're thinking, why is he? And he says, "Because I can see that your clip is up. You have no bullets left."
No.
So it was kind of like, for a second, it was like, was he? I think that was written on purpose, right? Because you're thinking, is he saying you're not going to shoot me because of our relationship at
Right.
first? But
Yeah.
no, it's because he literally doesn't have enough bullets.
And I was kind of glad for that because I don't want them to lean into Tom and Robbie are best friends. You know what I mean? And oftentimes I think writers fall into that trap. And
Yeah.
it's like at the end of the day, Tom is still going to do his job because
Yeah.
that's who he is. And he might
Yes.
give Robbie breaks and help Robbie to the extent that he can, but he is never going to not do his job in service of his relationship with Robbie.
Right. And that's something that we want from Tom too, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
we don't want him to all of a sudden become a criminal or all of a sudden lay
No.
down. And we know this is a man of deep faith
Yeah.
and questioning, you know?
Yeah.
Gina, any
He would,
commentary on that?
I don't think he would ever do anything to help someone break laws. But, he does have compassion. And I think, we see that pretty much all the way through. I think the one person he probably has the least compassion for at this point in the show is his son, who's been in jail, who he hasn't visited. And now we have a time frame on it for 14 months. I'm not sure we knew that.
It's a good point.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point. And I think, and I got tricked too, because, well, I'm jumping ahead. I can't help but do it. When he visits Sam, I thought he was visiting his son.
Me too.
I did too at first.
So
Yep.
yeah, so I thought it had brought him back to that, but that's a point that I think we're getting to,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think that's where I kind of almost feel like maybe that's where this show ends, is that he goes and visits his son.
You mean the scene where he goes shopping for his replacement son and brings him home,
I
swapped
knew
him right
he
in that
was-
bed?
I knew he was going to bring home that kid as soon as he started clucking like a little chicken. I'm
This
like,
is not a good
this-
look, dude. Do
this
not put
kid's
that
going
kid
home.
in your son's bed. Do not. This is not a good look.
well,
Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
So we're in the cabin. They look around, they see Perry and Jason coming. Robbie says he has a plan and he takes off. That leaves Tom there with Perry. They get into a brutal freaking fight.
oof.
It's wild.
I didn't
Brutal.
know Tom had it in him. I mean,
I
I
mean,
know Mark
Tom's got-
Ruffalo does. but-
I was waiting for him to Hulk smash something, but that wasn't happening. But Tom, he definitely has a weight advantage on Perry, which I think helped him. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I can always rely on. I have a weight advantage over most
Me
people,
too.
and I use that when I can.
Yep.
But this was, I mean, I really thought Perry was going to pull this one out because Perry's scrappy. He probably has a lot more fighting skills. I don't know. It was a brutal fight. Brutal.
And we forget that Tom still basically has a mild concussion. He was
Yeah.
thrown down the steps like 2 days
Yeah.
ago. This is all
Yeah.
within like a week.
Yeah.
This whole thing. So, and he's gotten drunk like 6 times in the meantime as well. So it's like,
Oh,
gosh, it's kind of
yeah.
difficult. But this was very brutal. Perry gets away. Then we're left with another. Then we go to another fight because Jay is chasing after Robbie. Robbie throws the drug bag, quote unquote, we find out later, into the water, and then they get into a fight.
Mm.
And this fight is even more brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's choking him, it was this was
I thought he
done.
was winning. I
Yeah,
I
thought he
did
was
too.
winning.
I thought that's what I was saying. This was done so well that even though I knew the knife was there, because he slashes him with it to start
Mhm.
out, right? That's his
Mm-hmm.
weapon. He has no bullets left. I kind of forgot. And so when Robbie lets his hands go, for a second I thought he was letting them go because he decided not to kill him. That he kind of was like, it was just too much for him, like his brother and everything was coming. But it wasn't. He wanted to kill him. It was that he freaking gutted him, that was
Yeah.
awful. That was,
Unfortunately, I knew what was happening because I have to watch everything with closed captioning on. And they were saying like Robbie labored breathing, Robbie gasping, like stuff
oh,
like that. And I'm like,
Oh.
why
okay.
is he gasping? And then it occurred to me,
Oh.
and my husband said, I think he stabbed him. And I was like, oh, okay. Robbie, pro tip, when you're fighting to the death, disarm that person
Yeah.
first, then do the choking.
Yeah. It was, well, you know what I think happened is that because we see that they shot it very well. We see the knife,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they roll that way. So I think while we just didn't see him grab that knife off the ground, like usually
Mm-hmm.
you'd
Mm.
get the big shot of like he's reaching for the knife.
Yeah, we didn't
It
see it.
was done so well,
Yeah.
so well. And then of course, uh, Jay runs off. Tom is able to come there and finds Robbie, picks him up, follow along on their storyline a little bit. They get to the police car when the police finally come and they go off into the car. And we'll
They
get to
go off
obviously,
at 45 miles an hour. I would just like to say that
yeah.
guy was just taking a nice Sunday drive through those windy roads. I
Yeah.
was screaming, why is he not flying?
Well, there was a lot of people around. It's like
Mm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Blend
but
in.
he was yelling at him,
Yeah.
go faster, go
Yeah.
faster.
Speed up. What are you doing?
In the meantime, we still have McGinty, Aaliyah, Stover, Grasso, our FBI team out there with the Dark Hearts too. McGinty ends up getting shot. Aaliyah comes around the corner and her sharpshooting takes
Oh,
out two dudes very quickly, which I love to see. There's always just something so satisfying about seeing a black woman take out two guys who are probably somewhere on the white nationalist
Scale.
scale
Spectrum.
spectrum. Exactly. Right. There's just always something so
Yeah.
satisfying about that, and the way she's just like, boom, boom, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And then McGinty gets shot. And then you're like, oh my God, Martha Plimpton got shot. What the fuck?
At first,
Goonies.
I thought
Goonies
she got shot
die.
in the face
Goonies
because I
never
just
die.
kind of thought I saw the blood
Yeah.
up, like it looked like it had splashed her face for a minute. I was like, no, but then it was just her shoulder. So,
You know what, Gina? I'm glad you mentioned that
yeah.
because one of the things I noticed, and I wonder, I didn't do any research on it, but I wonder if when they were doing their research, that they did take more care and time with the blood splatter and how it looks when someone's shot.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because what I noticed is that often the blood seemed to be coming up or to somewhere different when people were shot. It just looked a little bit more realistic to me. And I don't know if that was CGI, if it was
Mm.
practical, but that was an interesting point. Now we have this scene which was like so crazy, which is Grasso and Stover, because we have Grasso is trying to protect Stover, at the same time trying to do his job, but also he's in cahoots with the Dark Hearts. So he keeps seeing them
Mhm.
and pushing them along or moving Stover, Lizzie in a different direction and trying to anticipate how he can work all around this. It doesn't work too well because she ends up shooting a dude who raises his gun, which was the same guy that Grasso seemed to have some sort of, didn't it seem like he had a connection with her?
He was very upset this guy was dead.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah.
was trying, Lizzie got shot and it grazed her ear, right? And that's what happened with her. And he was just like, go sit over there by the rock.
I didn't.
And then this guy gets shot and he's like trying to resuscitate him.
Was she already deaf when she shot the guy? Did I jump ahead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, she
I'm
was already
sorry.
deaf.
So
That's okay.
see, I did my bad recap. Is that what happened is Grasso lifts his gun to shoot at the guys, but not shoot them. And
Mhm.
the muzzle fire deafens her ear and leaves a mark on the side of her face. That's
Well,
from his
I
gun.
thought it was her eardrum
Yeah.
broke, and that
There
was
was
the
blood.
Exploded.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was blood.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought she got grazed. Okay. There was so
Oh,
much
yeah.
shooting, I couldn't keep track.
Yeah. No, that was his because when Grasso shot, it was like right by her
Yeah.
ear. So you could see the muzzle fire too, like what do they
Wow.
call that? Like Dexter would know. You know,
Yeah.
when they dust and they say
Gunpowder residue?
Yeah.
there you go.
That's it.
Thank you. See, you know, your murder. You watched it. So, you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought she got grazed. Okay, so that makes more sense. That actually happened to me. Timmy was taking a shot at something with his rifle and I was too close to him and it went off and it like hurt my ear and I couldn't hear right for a little tiny bit, like to a much lesser scale.
Oh,
But
wow.
now that makes sense that if you're standing right next to somebody, it's going to.
Yeah,
Yikes.
which also I think has some sort of relevance, right? Thematically, if we think about it, that he deafens the woman that he's somewhat in love with.
Mm-hmm.
And that then affects the rest of what happens because
Mm-hmm.
he is desperately trying all the time to yell and tell her.
I
She's
know.
trying to listen to her radio. And all that happens later is even though she would have heard the car
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
if she could have
thing. Yeah.
if he hadn't a shot. So it all goes back to Grasso. He is responsible for her death in a multitude of ways, not
Well,
just letting Perry and Jay go.
yeah. And if you even go back further, when he has that conversation with Tom, Tom saying like, so Lizzie would never have been killed if if Cliff had actually been in the right park. Like
Yes.
going back to his whole interference with the cell phone and giving it to those guys.
Yep. Which
And
is
then
interesting.
he literally is running around the forest with blood all over his hands, which I thought was
Mm.
pretty right on.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to save that dark heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, I find that interesting too, that it's the hearing.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to bring like a hear no evil, but that was from our other show, Gina. White Lotus. Remember when
Oh,
the
yes,
kids
the
kept on doing
monkeys.
the hear
Yes.
no evil, see no evil?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The monkey, right? But I think that is there something religious in that though? I'm trying to, there's something in my Catholic mind that is
Yeah.
coming back to a woman who's deaf, but I can't place it. But anyway, it has resonance. Um, uh, and you're right, Amy. After Lizzie shoots that dark heart guy, the skinny dude, Grasso is really trying to almost give him CPR, like he's trying
Yeah.
to keep him alive. He's really worried. And that's when Lizzie, again, because he's trying to save him, Lizzie runs off because she's still trying to get back to the car
Mm-hmm.
to call the radio to call this in because that's what
Mm-hmm.
they had decided to do. So she takes off again, and that's
And
what
that's when he
leads to her being
waves
on the bridge.
Perry
Yep.
and
And then
Jason
Yeah.
free.
well, he waves them off, right? And then he looks behind and you can see her going off,
Mhm.
So it's like a double. You're right. Like
Yeah.
it's all his fault.
It's all him. It's all him. And I was so angry. I hated him so much in this episode.
Yeah. He
So
went from being a mole to just like being a shithead, in my
Because I
opinion.
loved Lizzie. I liked her
Yeah.
character a lot.
she was amazing. And this
Mhm.
whole thing too of her, because they had built up her fear, right? That she was
Yeah.
not good in these situations, and that led to Tom being thrown down the steps in the earlier episode. So him trying to protect her at the same time as constantly putting her in harm. It's just, man, it just, the way they wrote it, it's so resonant for their relationship. And what great acting on her
Mm-hmm.
part as well. I got to call her out, Alison Oliver. She's Irish too, by the way, so kudos to her for being Irish. Um, but she was fantastic because she was given so much good face, right? Like,
Yeah.
ah.
And the hearing loss, I thought it was depicted really realistically because she could hear some things and not everything.
Yeah.
Because she heard, did anyone make it to the car to call the ambulance yet? And she was
Yes,
like, I'll do it.
yeah.
So like she could hear some things, but you were hearing bits and pieces of it. Like I thought that was really well done.
Yeah. And you know, I get that sometimes. Like, do you all ever get like that ringing in your ear?
Mm,
Like just
I
all of
have
a
such
sudden,
terrible
yeah.
problems with my ears. Yeah.
yeah. And I even right now, because I have a bit of a cold, I get
Mm-hmm.
kind of like
Mhm.
wah, wah. So they did that that's what I just have to give credit for this show because, it's hard. You can't do the cop show for the first time ever. You can't do a shootout in the woods for the first time ever. But when
Yeah.
you take time and care for little details and to try to do them differently or somehow new, and it does present itself that way. Now, this whole thing was 20 minutes long from the at the river
Mm-hmm.
until the very end, which I'm calling the end of the sequence, is when Robbie dies in the police car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is
Going 20
about
miles an hour
And
down the
and
road.
that was a whole cold open too, right?
yeah.
That was a whole cold
Yeah.
open.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
It
was
came
great.
right
I
in.
was like, oh my gosh, now the stuff that was the cold open. I was
Yes.
like, ah.
And that was so beautiful too is so that's 20 minutes. They do a pullout, the police car goes down or turns, right? Again, metaphor turns, and then task comes up on the
Mm-hmm.
screen.
Yeah.
Visually, it
20
was really
minutes into
cool.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
episode.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That was a beautiful that this reminded me, this sequence brought me back to True Detective season 2. Remember that that shot with Colin Farrell when they go into the house, the drug raid, and it's all one shot and they're running along the street. I don't know if you all remember it,
I don't
but
I
that
remember
don't
it.
remember because I kind of blocked season 2 out because I thought it was so inferior to the rest of them.
but you should, when you go
You're
back,
not wrong.
we had someone on our DVR. I think it may have been Tony who went back and watched Tony Curtis who went back and watched it and was
Mm.
saying how good it was.
It held up. Yeah.
I will, as the kids say, I will stand for season 2. Taylor Kitsch, Colin Farrell. Remember
Okay.
his kid? Remember how his kid was overweight and he had the issue with his. There was some deep shit in that. I loved it.
Season
True
1 was the
Detective season
best, though,
2.
right? Season 4 was really good too.
Yeah.
For me, I think season 3 was the best with
Who
Mahershala
was in?
Ali.
Oh, yes,
That was
yes,
it was
yes.
interesting. Yeah.
It was
But I
good.
I like the 1 and 4 bookends because there was
Mhm.
a little bit of character
Yeah, I
transference.
have to say, if I had to go I mean, my favorite is probably season 1,
Mhm.
right? Because it's Woody and McConaughey. But I think season 3 to me was the best overall, written, directed, acting.
Okay.
Because I think Mahershala Ali, that was like a master class. It was so beautiful. But anyway, back to task. 20 minutes into this scene, which really absolutely incredible. Well, did I have something else in my notes about this whole thing? Well, actually, what we should talk about is the scene because I skipped over it. It's at the end, which is that Robbie dies in the car while Tom is holding him.
Hmm.
And we shouldn't go past that because this episode, because they had to do something clever here because the surprise at the end, right? What
Mhm.
Robbie's plan was
Mhm.
necessitates us forgetting about Robbie for about 30 minutes or 40
Mhm.
minutes. And so his death, we have the scene where he gets flashes of his children, of Maeve,
Yeah.
right? And then of his brother. And then he says, we just hear him tell a little bit of that story where he says he and his brother went on the dragon's wings
Mm-hmm.
and flew away together, and it's so beautiful. And then you see him swimming in the water and he just kind of disappeared. I get chills just
Is
thinking
Wow.
that the
about it.
continuation of the story he was telling his little boy in the beginning? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if he was telling it to Sam or his son.
Yeah. And you see a little bit of that too, how he was kind of touching his head.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's touching his head, it's almost as if too he's doing the sign of the
Mm,
cross, so you
I
get a
mean,
little bit
he's
of that
literally dying in a
religious.
priest's arm.
yeah.
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 Right.
Did you think it was weird that Tom went with him? Like, I understand narratively why you would have Tom go with him. We needed that. We needed that scene. But I thought, this is Tom's task force, and they're all getting shot up. And he leaves the scene to go with the guy to the hospital. I thought that was a little weird. I thought he would have just sent somebody else with him. We
Yeah.
needed it, and I loved it, and I'm
Yeah.
glad we got it. But I'm like, would a lead detective leave
Yeah.
his team and go to the hospital with the criminal?
I don't
Well,
know.
he needs, well, I think I don't think it's weird, actually. I think
Okay.
there's something about it that makes sense. I mean, he could have sent someone else, but I don't know if any other law enforcement person he would have been sitting with in the back would have cared about him dying or not.
Oh yeah. I
No.
mean, for our
Yeah.
purposes, we needed it, and I'm glad we
Yeah.
had it. But I just was like, you have an officer down. You have two officers down. What are you doing?
Did he
I
know
don't
about Lizzie at the time,
I don't
though?
know if he knew about
Yeah.
Lizzie.
Did he
Maybe
even know
not.
about Martha Plimpton at the
So
time?
that makes it even worse that he has
That's what
no
I'm going to say.
idea
Yeah.
if his
That's
other team
exactly
is
what I was going to
alive.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does make
Yeah.
it worse that he didn't know. He had
Yeah.
no method to check it. He wasn't
No,
checking in.
no.
But
But technically, Robbie was his prime suspect
that's
in
true.
this. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why they started the task
He
force
had
was
to
to catch
secure.
him. Yeah.
That's I think we're all right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Or
we're
no
all
wrong
right.
answers.
And I think that he made a call.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an FBI agent and I haven't played one on television. Heath has. He could answer this question because he literally has played an FBI agent on television. But I I think that I think you're right. I think it was weird, but I also think it's his instinct,
Yeah,
right?
he's choosing his
Yeah,
humanity
yeah.
over he's choosing humanity over duty.
That's what I think it comes down to.
Yeah.
And I think that he could then, if he was pushed, he could say, well, this was the case. I have him.
Yeah.
I needed to know where the drugs were. I needed to find, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
had secured the prisoner, you know? But it did either way, it does make us think that Tom would go with his heart, right? Like
Yeah.
he still is this priest. He still is this guy. And he does, and while Robbie was dying in his arms, all the work that they had done in establishing this character and talking about his backstory and about how he had met his wife because he was giving last rites to people who were dying,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was joking about it. Remember when he kidnapped them? And
Mm-hmm.
now here they are in a car again, and their other thing, they were in the car. One was in the front, one was in the back. Now they're together in the back, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
come to meet him in the back, and this is the place that he dies. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that was the whole thing was beautiful. Fucking Mark Ruffalo, man, what can this guy not do?
Yeah.
Is I'm gonna ask you to dig out your Roman Catholicism knowledge here. Is last rites considered a sacrament? Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So is confession considered a sacrament?
yes,
Yeah. I think the
yeah,
first time you take it, it
So
is
we have a
for
couple
sure.
sacraments
Yeah.
being
yeah.
checked off the list here, which is
Yep.
interesting. And then we have the water with the baptism.
Ism,
and-
Oh,
definitely.
of course.
Yeah.
And Grasso wearing that big old gold uh, cross on his neck the whole
Mhm.
entire episode.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was, and then of course we have another confession when Grasso gives his confession, kind of at the end of
Sort
the
of.
episode
Yeah.
too, right? And he even
Yeah.
says, "Is this did you give confession?" He goes, "Every Thursday from 9 a.m. to noon." I think that's what it was.
Something like that. Yeah.
But this whole scene was so beautiful, and wow, Tom Pelfrey, what a
He's
great
amazing.
acting man. I hope, listen, I've seen him in a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
but this is the first time I think people are really like seeing him in a role that could propel him to like Oscar worthy, getting in bigger roles.
Yeah, I
And I
agree.
hope that's what it does. I hope it doesn't just him end up in a fucking Marvel movie. Like,
Right.
don't make the next announcement that you're the new Shazam. Please go be in a PTA movie.
I'm
Go
also
work with
I'm
Fincher
also
or something.
going to be upset if Maeve ends up in a Marvel movie
Yeah, I
because
know.
I can kind of see that happening too, and I feel like there's bigger things for her to do.
Yeah.
That
Well, at least
actress.
maybe they can
Yeah.
do that, make some money, and then they can go
Right.
make 3 or 4 for themselves, right?
That's
Like
true.
that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it all works together. But yeah, the whole imagery too of the swimming and just his eyes too. I was watching his eye. I wanted him to live, and I was
Hmm.
just kind of like after Mayor of Easttown, when spoil I won't I hate spoiling anything. So someone dies in Mayor of Easttown. Shockingly, I kind of felt we were going to have some deaths before the end here, but I
Hmm.
really didn't think that Robbie was going to die. I
Oh.
still, but the show moved so fast, I couldn't even mourn him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It moves so fast. And speaking of which, we're in the hospital, um, and Aaliyah, Tom, Grasso, they're greeted by 2 FBI internal affairs guys. They tell them the task force is shut down. We're taking everything away. And they're kind of saying, they're trying to be good about it, but they're like, you better, the old, you better contact your union
Mhm.
rep,
Hmm.
blah, blah, blah. And so the show is changing, right? We had such an intense scene. So many things happen. Perry and Jason have escaped. Lizzie's dead. McGinty's been shot. Grasso, Aaliyah, and Tom are like in shock. And
Yeah.
right away, I'm thinking, what's going to happen next? They go right into the next big plot line, which is now the investigation has shifted,
Yeah.
right? They're not even asking where are the drugs, what happened, because
No.
Tom's like the case isn't over, and they're
Hmm.
like, yeah, the case is over because it's something more important has come up than some drugs and money,
Yeah.
which a
Because
lot of people
And
have.
the
the
two
case is
guys,
tainted.
Yeah.
the two guys who were robbing it are both dead. So the
Yeah.
case is
Yeah.
kind of over.
Yep.
But
And and also, but they are like, we're on the case. We're going to find Jay and Perry.
yes, that's the
They
loose
do
end.
say
Yep.
that. That's the
Yep.
loose end. We're going to find Jay and Perry.
Yeah, because now they've killed an officer.
Yep. But
So yeah, they have to find them.
but it leaves our task force members like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, and it leaves three task force members left. So you have Aaliyah, you have Grasso, and you have Mark Ruffalo. Clearly,
Big T.
it's Grasso. They have to know this at this point, right? Because he's the only one who's like, I don't want to talk to you guys. I don't want to do an interview. So it's like, of course it's you. It's not
Yeah.
Tom. We know that. And Aaliyah is, I mean, just
Yeah, I
out of it.
never thought it was her. Like, there's no way it's her.
No,
It was
no
always
way.
my thing.
And
Yeah.
everybody knows that except for her, right? And
Right.
and
Yeah.
Tom and Tom doesn't know, but I think he kind of has a little bit of an inkling, but he doesn't know yet
Well, I don't think
Mhm.
Aaliyah
because
knows there's a mole at all.
No, I
Yeah,
agree.
she doesn't know at
oh,
all.
that's right. You know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
We had never considered that before. That
Yeah.
you're correct. She had
Hmm.
never got that information.
It was
Yeah.
only Tom,
So,
I think, that
yeah,
had that. Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay, you're absolutely right about that. Um, so let's see. Oh, okay. Then we get a scene with we kind of go back to the family and we get a scene with Tom, Emily, and Sarah at the dinner table where Tom explains what happened. Also, Emily and Sarah bring Tom up to date with the husband and how she's
Hmm.
separated
Mhm.
and he's coming to pick up the kid. I think that this is a good scene. It's quick. It allows us to breathe a little bit
Yeah.
and it allows us to watch Tom do what we need, which is unpack what just happened,
Yeah.
right? Like kind of give us like a post briefing
Hmm.
and settle down. But it's so interesting the way, man, Mark Ruffalo. he just eases right back into it. He's like, huh? What the hell? Why didn't anybody tell me? And it makes you laugh a little bit, right? Doesn't it make you laugh a little bit?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, well, you're kind of
yeah,
kidnapped and,
yeah.
have other things going on. I'm
And
sure I'm sure his daughter didn't tell him about the separation earlier because he's like still dealing with all the things with the son and being in
yeah,
jail. And she's probably like, why add one more thing
yeah.
to his plate?
And it's
And
good to see the sisters coming back
Yes,
together.
exactly.
definitely. Definitely.
Hmm.
And that is also an emotional healing that we kind
Hmm.
of need as an audience, right? Like we get to see them join back together. So seeing all this bad shit happen.
Yeah.
Aaliyah goes to their headquarters, the task force headquarters. And again, they're boxing everything up. She sees something of Stover's. She knows something's up. She's pissed off. I think this scene serves as a reminder that Aaliyah is part of this show. It's one of the only scenes of her by herself that we've gotten, which
Yeah.
to me is a little foreshadowing of her becoming a little bit more important in the rest of this episode and in the next episode.
I
Did you have
hope
something?
so.
Oh,
Cause I felt like I was like, why are we spending so much time establishing that there's this task force and to like different people and stuff? Like not a task force, I'm sorry, an internal affairs investigation. Like there's very few wasted minutes here, but I don't know if we needed this scene, but I liked the part where she found the bullseye patch. I thought that was really poignant and it I don't know. I don't know if they know what they're doing with Aaliyah yet. So I'm going to hold on to what you're saying, Axel, and hope that she becomes a really big part of the finale because she's a great character. I would love to see her used more.
what do you think, Gina? You were going to say something.
I do like Aaliyah and I do think she'll have a major role to play in the next final episode. And I think also coming into this is, she's a victim of domestic abuse. Not that Lizzie and Grasso were in a relationship, but there's some kind of like, he's responsible for her death. And I think she's going to take that very seriously when she
It's a
realizes
good
it.
point.
And
I hope so.
he's like another abuser, another problem.
Who's hurting women?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Hmm.
that's it.
exactly.
I love that you said that, Gina. I
Hmm.
100% agree
That's
that
what needs to happen. You're right.
that
She needs to be
factors
the
it.
one to
Yeah,
take him out.
that factors into there.
Hmm.
Um, and you're right. I that's why I was trying to myself what try to discover too, like why is this scene here? You know,
Hmm.
it's not just to see. That's why I think it's just to kind of establish her.
Yeah.
All right, now we get into the good stuff. Okay, Grasso's in his apartment. He's drunk. He's drinking
He's in bro
Yingling because
mode.
that's
He's
the
in
only
bro mode.
beer.
Back
Yeah.
into it.
He's feeling bad, sorry for himself, smoking stogies in his
Hmm.
own house. And we hear a voice. And we look up. Who's there with him? It's Chief Dorsey, who we met very briefly a couple of episodes ago when we went to the county offices to plan the park sting.
Hmm.
Remember? That's
Okay.
when Aaliyah also got some bullshit from some of the guys
Yeah.
in the gave him the stare. So we met him before. This actor, his name is oh gosh, I had it written down. I'm gonna scroll back, but Raphael. We've seen him is his first name. We've seen him in so much stuff before.
Yeah.
He goes back. Raphael Sbarge is his name,
Mm.
and if you look back for us Gen Xers, of course, he has 193 acting credits to his name. Okay, going back, I'm trying to go back. Oh my God, when you have
Oh,
193 acting credits, Nash Bridges, we're talking about L.A. Law,
wow.
Sisters,
Oh, remember
Monster,
Sisters?
Yeah.
Quantum Leap, The Cosby Show.
Oh,
Let's see.
1883. He was in 1883.
Vision Quest. He was in Vision Quest. He was in Risky Business. Was his
What?
second. Yes,
Oh,
Risky Bit.
once. I
Yep.
think that's where I really remembered his face from. I was like, I've seen this guy before, and
Yeah.
yes, multiple places, but
He's been in a
Oh.
ton. Sequest 2032.
Hold Everything. He was on Young and the Restless.
Young and the Restless.
ah,
Mm-hmm.
He was also on Murder, She Wrote.
he
There
was
we
a
go.
regular on 24.
Yeah. Yep.
4
Wow.
episodes.
NYPD Blue, Seventh Heaven, Party of Five.
Wow.
Gosh.
This guy has done, he was in Basketball. This
Oh,
guy
wow.
has done everything. Okay, everything. Judging Amy. I could go on and on when you have 193 credits. But I just
Mhm.
wanted to bring it up because I've known this guy my entire life, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see
Yeah.
his face and I'm like, I have seen you be good. I've seen you be very bad. I've seen you pretend to be very bad, but then end up being kind of good.
Mm.
So now you are bad. And what did you, Gina, what did you think of this conversation? What do you think is the relationship between them? And I mean, how did you feel about it?
I mean, well, clearly there are crooked cops in the world, and clearly this guy is one of them. And you kind of wonder how Grosso ended up getting looped in with him. Was it that Grosso caught him doing something and said, "Hey, I want in on this too"? Or was this like he was like a rookie that this guy took under his wing? There's definitely going to be something more there. It might even go back further. Like maybe we always kind of said maybe Grosso was intentionally put into the cops to kind of be this, shield for the bike gang,
Mhm.
but maybe it's this guy who's actually been the shield all along for years, and he's been grooming Grosso to kind of be his replacement as he gets ready to retire. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
definitely, yeah.
that's interesting. I like that because it's like generational thing. It's the same thing as
Mhm.
like, is Tom going to inherit this job or how the kids, you know, it's that generational pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does say, we will get out of this like we did the last one. You just have
Mhm.
to, stick to the script. So I don't know. I couldn't tell if there was a relationship between these two. It didn't feel like there was anything more than we are just good old boys in a crooked network together. So I'm wondering who he's connected to on a deeper level somewhere. Like I
Yep.
thought he had more of a connection with that guy he tried to save his life in the woods than Dorsey. So
Me
I don't know.
too. Yeah, I don't know if it's just that it is that they grew up with these guys, you
Maybe.
know, and
Yeah.
it developed over time. Was Grasso brought in? He obviously has. We saw the whole thing with the marital bed and his cross, and then the conversation with Tom. We see he's got the big hands praying tattoo on his arm too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't. I'm interested. That's the point I'm at now is the show has developed enough backstory and empathy for each one of these characters that I am interested to know why Grasso went down this road. What led him here, what
Yeah.
connection he has to the Dark Hearts. I do want to know, but I don't think we get a lot other than this isn't county IED, this is the FBI. I can't
Yeah.
protect you in the same way. I can't make it go away. And he just leaves them with, when I rewatched, I was waiting for the end and I was like, what does he say at the end? Does he say, meet me here? We're going to do this. He doesn't say anything. He just says, keep your head together.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get back in touch with you. That's it. So he just
Well,
kind of leaves them to be, you know, which
Yeah.
also isn't maybe the best thing because I was thinking, is he actually planning to take Grasso out because he knows the FBI was grilling him about Grasso? Like they came to talk about him. So they
Yeah.
know it's pretty much, I think he feels this is
well,
very much like Perry and Jay.
Yeah.
I
It's a parallel to it.
I
Yeah.
f- I feel like Grasso asked him, "Well, what do they know?" And he goes, "They don't know anything." So, I mean, unless that was a bald-faced lie.
That's what I'm feeling. Like, how do you
Yeah.
grill him for 2 hours and you don't know anything? You just keep
Yeah.
on asking him, what does he know? No, you,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they got all those files. Those FBI guys, if there's one thing I know is they got a manila envelope or they have some kind of file folder and there's stuff in it that you don't want to see about yourself. So they have something, you know?
So let me ask you a question because I just need clarity on this. So are we to assume that Grasso had the phone from the guy in jail and sent Cliff a message that said, never mind, change of plans. We're
Yes.
going to this park instead of that park?
No, it was Grasso stole the phone from evidence
Yeah.
and gave it to Jason for that thing. So Jason
Okay.
was doing the texting, probably with
Okay.
Grasso
Right.
knowing. And then there was an exchange last episode of Jason giving Grasso back the phone to put it back into evidence.
Okay. How
But
did
you
I
think there'd
miss
be a
that?
record of that somewhere?
Because when we saw Grasso and Jason meet, he
Mhm.
handed him the phone and Grasso literally opened up the evidence bag and put the phone back
Yeah.
in it
Mhm.
and then went off. So Gina, you're absolutely right. It was JJ who was texting him, but Grasso stole the phone. So the phone, as Heath pointed out, the phone that Grasso had, I was thinking maybe they cloned the phone. I'm trying to be all fancy. No, he just pretended like he was texting
Yeah.
them, you know? So
Okay.
that was, it was the two, what were the name of the parks again? Wasagan,
Oh,
right?
I
It was
don't know.
Wasagan
And
Park.
I
And
was
oh
just
man,
saying Park A and Park B.
the other one I think did actually begin with a B.
Park Arrest and Park Death. And Cliff chose Park Death.
I love those names though. But I think it was Wasagan too. I think it was.
That was one of them. Yeah.
That was one of them. And so yeah, they went to the different they went to the different park. But for this scene, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's what I did. It did leave me. That's what I have in my notes. It left me with the feeling that I think before they can get to Grasso, I have a feeling Dorsey or whoever else is involved, if it maybe it's just Dorsey, is going to try to take out Grasso. And it may
Mm.
be that we see that guy from the Mother Club again.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
because
someone's coming back to kill Jason, right? Jason
exactly.
had 3 days, and
Yep.
I don't think Perry actually warned him that this is what was coming.
Nope.
Um,
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
because we have a whole
Man,
other episode to fill.
we
And
do.
is it
Yep.
is it going to be only 60 minutes? Do we know yet?
I don't know.
Hold on, let's
Maybe it'll
see.
be a little bit more. You know, they always these streamers, man. Like this episode said 108 and it was like 59 minutes. You always have to chop down like
Mm.
they those international credits take a long time. Um the next scene, another oh jeez, is Tom interviewing Maeve at the police station.
Oh, this was heartbreaking.
This was just a master
Mhm.
class in acting. And you know the whole time somebody's watching them behind the
Yep.
mirror.
Yep.
It's being recorded and man, what great acting. She spills the beans, you know?
Mm-hmm.
She spills the beans about everything, trying to give the kid away at her job, which we saw, lying at
Mm-hmm.
Tom because he reminds we met before.
Mhm.
You know, she tells him about the plan to go to Canada, all that kind of stuff.
I
And the way,
love, oh, I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
no, please.
There's one line when she's talking about the plan for Canada when she says, I think it's her who says it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she says, well, that's just how Robbie was. He always had like a plan to just change his life. And
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up with so many people like this who, I grew up in a very blue collar area. And a lot of people I grew up with, maybe a little bit of myself included, like you were always thinking of how could I just get out of this? How
Hmm.
yep,
can I get out of here? And so, like, I think that's why we give Robbie the leeway that we do. Like, okay, he's got to kill some bad people and steal some drugs from some bad people to get out of this and to try to get his children out. And that feels noble
yep,
to us. So I really liked when she said that line. I thought Robbie's definitely one of those guys who just always thought he could get out of this.
yeah.
And other people in the story like Jason and those guys, they're embracing it.
Hmm.
But Robbie
Yeah.
wanted to get out.
But and remember, they called him Crazy Robbie,
Yep. Yeah.
right?
I
Yeah, it
think
always
because he was
reminds.
crazy, he thought he could get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy like a fox.
Mm-hmm.
Um, It always reminds me of the honeymooners, right? That's
Current
like the
references
basis.
only. Mm-hmm.
That's the basis of the honeymooners. I got a plan. We're gonna make some money, right? Like
Yeah.
that was when I
Yeah.
was a kid. My dad loved the honeymooners, and so I
Yeah.
would watch it. And I remember talking to my dad and being like, "This show's so sad. All they're just doing, they're always trying to escape their life." And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"That's life, kid.
Meanwhile, that
Good
apartment
job."
that they had is probably worth $2 million today.
Yeah, I know. If they just kept it rent controlled too, they probably pay it
Yeah.
$100 a month.
Yeah.
It's like only murders in the building. Tom,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, what's next? Well, after the conversation, we do get a very brief conversation with Tom and the DA, and he basically talks the DA out of pressing
Yeah.
charges against
Yeah.
Maeve.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Yeah.
I think he's right. I don't think he's
I do too.
lying anything. I think he's totally right. I
Mm-hmm.
think the case would have gone nowhere.
She was the only one trying to keep this on the legal track here,
Yeah.
dealing with Robbie.
And it made me think too that when I rewatched it, when Tom has the conversation with her, he's specifically asking questions to bring about the way about what he wants to say to the DA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's trying to show how well she can express herself
Mm-hmm.
about the kids and all that. So when
Mm-hmm.
he goes to the DA, he's already thinking about what Robbie said to him while he's interviewing her. He knows he's being watched.
Yeah.
So I thought that that was beautiful too,
Yeah.
because he's playing that scene not just to Maeve, he's playing it to the DA.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
So that was beautiful. Then we have little Emily and the magic guy
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
at the
cute.
car, which does have a little interesting conversation about God and do you believe in God? They got to
Yeah.
kind of cram that into everything in this
Yeah.
one. This one I liked, but I felt it was maybe a little bit much. I don't
A
know,
little
but
heavy-handed.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the Catholic school uniform, that's kind of
that's
I don't know if
yeah,
he's seen her in that before. He might not have known she was like really Catholic school. I mean, clearly they don't go to school together, but it's like, oh, this
yeah.
is
And magicians are famously skeptics.
because
They are. I'm
they believe what
serious.
you can't see.
Yeah, no, like
Abracadabra.
no, I'm really being serious. Like in the skeptic community, there because there is like an atheist skeptic community. Magicians like the Amazing Randy, and they have a long history of disproving what they call like woo, or you know what I mean, like the
Mm-hmm.
bending of spoons, or they have a long history of proving that it's fake. Because the
Mm-hmm.
idea of magic is that we know the answer to this is a trick,
Okay.
right? We're not mystical people here. We're very reality science based people. So, I mean, just for that's one of my things in life, but it is true.
Yeah.
I have to cough.
I would love to get a look at Axel's Google history.
Ooh, sorry.
See where he's been.
Skeptic's Guide to the Universe, one of my favorite podcasts. Yeah. Oh, no, you don't want to look at my Google history. Let's see what happens next. Oh, well, was very disappointing for me. We get to see the husband, but we don't get to meet him. I've been waiting all season,
Yes, I know.
Well,
to meet the husband, and we
Well-
just see him take the kid and go off.
And I think that is what we needed to see from this. We needed Emily to comfort her as her child is being taken away, paralleling Tom's child being taken away and his
Yeah.
reaction to it. And yeah, we needed that. But I agree with you. I wanted to see this husband real bad.
Then we get the what choked me up. Oh God, I can't do it. It's fucking Tom goes to visit Sam,
I know.
finds out that he's not been placed in foster care. He's in a group home
Because of state funding cuts, God damn it.
A group home that's a juvenile detention center. So it's like juvie, but they've corned off some for foster kids, which is not ideal at all.
And I'm pretty sure, I apologize for not researching this, but it hit me as I was doing my rewatch before we started, that the man who shows Tom through the home and then brings him to Sam, I believe he was on The Wire. I think he was one of the cops on The Wire back
I
in
never
the
saw The
day.
Wire.
So Amy, you would love The Wire.
I know, and I love that
Yeah.
actor. What's his name? Who plays Noah in The Affair? You know who I'm talking about. The main guy,
Dominic,
Dominic West.
what's his
Yeah,
name? West,
West.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's actually English, McNulty.
Mm.
The Wire is just like Task.
I know.
It's
I get a
like
lot
the
of
best
shame
show.
for not watching
Yeah,
The Wire.
I've
I
never
know.
very
watched it
similar.
either.
No, I
Oh,
do not
good job.
shame
Thank
you.
you. Okay.
I
All right.
lift you up. Gina, you have
You
never seen The Wire either?
No, I've never
Okay,
watched
I
it
lift
either.
both
can't
of
shame
you
her
up.
either.
No, there's no shame. There's no shame bell on this podcast. We lift you up and we say, do yourselves a favor, watch The Wire because everything
Here's
you've
my
heard about
hesitation.
it. Okay, yes, I want to.
Okay, here's my hesitation. I have no doubt that it was superb acting and writing, but I missed it. And then I feel like, did it age well? Am I going to go back and it's going to be very dated?
Oh, that's a
No,
good
not at
point.
all.
Good question.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
It's not going to be dated, and it is way more deep, emotional, intelligent than people give it credit for. Because what has happened is as happens in, say, movies like The Godfather,
Mm-hmm.
the more violent aspects of it, the more
Mm-hmm.
sensational aspects of it become like The Sopranos become highlighted over time.
Okay.
And that is such a tiny part of The Wire. The Wire is one of the most intelligent, emotional, and
It's rated
beautiful
like one of the
television
best shows of
shows
all time. Yeah.
because it is. It's
Yeah.
no joke. It's not just a crime show. It's a show about human beings. It's a show about politics, government. It's like nothing you've ever. It's a level of intelligence, and it's like watching an investigative report on the city of Baltimore.
Okay.
It's so brilliant. I cannot say enough about how brilliant The Wire is.
Launching this spring, Gina and Amy do a Wire.
Nice.
Maybe.
I am there every episode. All right, so we move it along. Uh let's see. Yeah. So this is where Tom and Sam have their moment. This brought tears to my eyes. This little actor is so good.
With the
And him
Legos. Oh.
doing the little and when he says chickens are good friends, I just lost. God,
You know who he
Oh,
misses? He
sweet.
misses Maeve.
Maeve, I know.
yeah.
He wants Maeve. It was heartbreaking. I said to my husband last time, like, thank God I have him to keep me in check. I would take home all the kids. All the kids. Like, I
know.
can't stand to see a kid hurt, upset. You know what I mean? I just can't. Tom did
And
absolutely the right thing here.
Yeah.
that's why when you said Tom's bringing this kid into this home, I remained silent because I was like, I'd bring the
Well,
kid
I
home
just
too.
thought putting him in the same bedroom was a bad
Oh,
look. Bringing him home was a good move.
it is.
And I was only thinking of how Emily was going to see it.
Oh no, you're right
Yeah,
in so
yeah.
many different ways. I mean,
Yeah.
also he hasn't even recovered from his concussion yet,
Right.
And now he's got a kid.
But I could see bringing him home 100%. And
Yeah.
at first I was
Ooh.
like, he should give him to Maeve, but Maeve's got her hands full. She's like
Yeah.
22 years old. She can't raise more than 2 kids.
Well, you know what? We do watch a lot of Seeking Sister Wives, and maybe
We
Tom
do.
found one.
We do.
Maeve and Tom. You know what I'm saying? She's a little bit younger.
Oh
He's
my.
very
True.
smart though.
It's
He could be
true.
like
It's
that
true.
guy who thinks everyone thinks he's a genius, the little dude.
Yeah. Nick
Nick.
Davis.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Nick the Dick. Yeah, there you
Mhm.
go.
Yep.
Anyway, this scene made me cry. It was so beautiful.
It was
Then
good.
we see then we get another hit where Maeve comes home and sees the kids. So this lets us know
Yeah.
Maeve was let go. Charges were not pressed, we can assume. And the
Mhm.
other great thing too is that her friend is there. Remember we had the whole scene where she asked her friend to
Mhm.
take care of the
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah.
And there's
So
her
this
friend.
only happened in what? Like overnight.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was that scene with Maeve when the kids come, Harper and what's the other kid's name? I forget. When they come running out to her and they just cling to her and the daughter's crying and Maeve is
Oh.
crying. And you don't know if Maeve is crying because I think there's a couple things going on here. I think she's crying because, she feels bad for the kids and Robbie's gone, obviously, and that's heartbreaking. But I think she's also like, this is my life now.
Crying for herself.
This is
Yeah.
it. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't
Well,
think she's bitter about that. She'll do it. but it's just
Yeah.
it's this loss of innocence. It's really sad.
And it was also the
Oh,
little boy came out and he's like, Maeve. And before he was like all about fart jokes. And she's just like, you're
Yep.
driving me crazy. But
Yep.
he was so happy to see her. I think that probably added
Yeah.
a little bit of relief to the
Yeah.
man.
situation.
Yeah, it was, and I know exactly what you're saying too, because as they go in, I'm thinking to myself, good, they're safe. They have a mom, but then I'm
Hmm.
thinking she's like 21 years old. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, like, come
Yeah.
on. Um, Tom comes home to his daughters with Sam. There's Lego involved, so I have to mention it. Andy, there was Lego on a show. Anytime there's Lego on a show, Andy and I have to talk about how great Lego is.
Lego's great. I have to
It is.
keep myself at bay from having an entire room full of Legos in my
Oh,
house.
well,
I'm obsessed.
I have an entire room of Lego at my
Yeah,
house, right?
yeah. I brought my Legos to college. I'm real
Nice.
into Lego.
I
Hmm.
mean, oh, I love it. It's the
Yeah.
best. So let's forget about task. Let's talk a little bit about Lego, ladies. Just kidding.
I was like, no.
I'm like, okay.
Tom. I know. I was looking
I
at
love
Gina. I
seeing
was
what you
waiting.
guys build with it, but it's just
Yeah,
not my thing.
I'm good. This I love the way that you get the two daughters standing there, Tom sitting down, and there's a bit of humor to this. You brought him home? Oh my God. But they know, right? Because also Emily knows because she is that kid,
Yeah.
And then
And they
Sarah
push
has
on
to,
him. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
They push on him, but he shuts them right the fuck up by pulling the mom card.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
there you go. That's it. And he doesn't evoke the mother much, but this was a good time to do it. And I like this scene.
That is also a step of healing,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
was able to mention their mother in front of them. It wasn't a point of contention between
Mhm.
them. It was a point of unification. He was saying, this is something of love that we remember about your mother. And we have to remember again, the kid did not mean to kill his mother,
Mhm.
right? It was an accident.
Was it a Michael Peterson situation? Like, phew, oops.
Oh, Lord.
We
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Was there an
Was
owl
there
in
an
the
owl?
house?
We don't know.
Could have been.
This too
But
is kind of a callback to the first step in healing between Emily and the sister when she said, Mom would not want you to feel that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
So like it
Exactly.
seems like every time they bring up mom, they're healing their family more and more and more. And I've been thinking about this lately. Like Timmy lost his dad 2 years ago. He's really struggled with it. He's had, if you guys lost a parent, you know what that's like. And I said to him the other day, like, we should start talking about your dad more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think when we don't talk about that person, the healing does not happen.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Amy. That is
Yeah.
essential.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
essential to
But
getting
I think
over
that
anything.
I
Yeah.
think as humans, our instinct is like I was raised in a house. My mother lost her father when she was 20, and we were not allowed to talk about him.
Oh,
Like we
wow.
could not talk about him. It wasn't until
Yeah.
like maybe 5 years ago that she started to share stories with me
Oh,
about
I,
him.
yeah.
I think we all have
I think we have that
Yeah.
instances.
instinct
Yeah.
of like we don't mention it because it's painful. But
Even the most open houses, I think, have something that you don't talk about, whether it's
yeah,
a death, an
yeah,
event, a
Yeah.
yep,
person.
yep,
And that's why I mentioned it, by speaking her name out, by talking about it, it
yeah.
allows
It's
them
bringing
to
them
heal
closer.
together
Yeah.
Hmm.
and it brings them closer. And I thought it was pretty beautiful.
Yeah,
That's like, it just reminds me of my Irish funeral for my grandmother. All we did was laugh and talk about her.
yeah.
And my
That's
mom
lovely.
and my dad, actually, I should say there's some, we all have our things, but one thing that my dad did hand down to me was this sense of I never don't talk about people when they die. And I always say they're
Yeah.
dead. Like a lot of people say now they passed. They did.
Yeah,
No, they are dead.
they're
You
dead.
must speak it out. I'm serious. I think it's
Yeah,
Mm.
disrespectful in a way to kind of gloss over it,
yeah.
They've passed on. No, they're fucking dead and you have to
Mm-hmm.
deal with it. They are not
Mm-hmm.
here now. I'm not trying to, I don't want to trigger anyone, but this is how I feel about it. And I was brought up that way. And I think
Yeah.
that I think that I've been able to handle death in a very good way
Mm-hmm.
because of like my grandma died and we listened to the Jerky Boys and we all talked about her and
I love the
laughed
Jerky
and
Boys.
It was great. It was wonderful to me. We did
Yeah.
not, and then my father would always talk about his mother
Yeah.
afterwards,
Yeah.
you know, and it was never something hidden. When you when you hide things and you avoidance
Mm-hmm.
is never a good
Yeah.
practice. Um, Speaking of, uh, Tom visits McGinty at her home. She's got her arm in a sling,
Mm-hmm.
doing pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
looking pretty good
Mm-hmm.
after getting
Yep.
shot a couple
Yeah.
Yep.
hours before. And then she lets the info go about Grasso, her early retirement, which Tom says, I don't want that job, but this is foreshadowing, we all know.
Mm-hmm.
But most
Do you
importantly,
think? I don't
she,
think so.
I think so. I think so.
I don't think
You
he,
don't think so?
I mean, well, if it's a desk job, he might consider it, but she was out there with the rest of them. But his daughters clearly don't want him in the line of fire. And he's got a small kid at home now. And I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of job it is.
Maybe just foreshadowing that it's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Or
maybe.
because he said, don't look at me for it. And she said, trust me, I'm not. Maybe it was taking that off the table. So we don't
Oh, okay.
expect
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing about Grasso,
Mm,
the wheels are turning, right? You can see
I
it,
hate him.
Tom. You can see it. Then we get Perry and Jason in the abandoned house. Perry's fishing, and then he guts the fish with a big ass fucking knife, which I think is going to be used to gut Jay pretty soon. That's just my opinion. It's like
Maybe.
uh, Chekhov's knife. Jason is desperately trying to get in touch with Aaron. He
Mm-hmm.
still doesn't know that Perry killed Aaron,
Mm-mm.
and they're still looking for the money in the river. Did I miss anything?
I think that they are going to find, I thought they were going to find Aaron in the river. Is it the same river? We don't know. Is it the Schuylkill? What are we talking about here? But
I
I
don't
was
know.
like,
Maybe it's the Wasagan.
they're gonna find Aaron. I kept saying, like, what's gonna happen here?
Ah,
I don't know if
Hmm.
Jason's going to be able to connect Perry to murdering Aaron.
No.
There's no way to connect that unless somebody puts it in Jason's ear.
I think
That
Perry's the only one that knows.
let's think
uh,
about this.
there's
If
one other person who knows where he was going. You know who it is?
who his girlfriend,
Yes. It's his
Perry's
girlfriend who
girlfriend.
was Perry's girlfriend who was in the kitchen feeding Jason's kids with the guy with the head tattoos. He
How
knew
where did she know he was going? What did he
because they
say to
got
her?
into that argument and then he talked about Erin and he was trying to track her down. I'd have to go back and watch, but maybe
Okay.
I'm wrong about this,
Well, but if
but
he never
I think
tracked her
so.
down, he was also the one that called the girlfriend to say, hey, Aaron still hasn't shown up. Can you? So it's
Yeah.
just like he almost has an out there because he was trying to track Aaron
Hmm.
down. He never says he found her, and Aaron's still missing. So as far as the girlfriend knows, Aaron's just been missing,
So
and
what
people have been looking for her for a
True.
while.
True.
if
You're right.
somebody is able to connect Robbie with feeding Aaron information, like or Aaron feeding Robbie information, if that connection is made, could that tie to Perry? I don't think so.
The only person that could come up with that connection potentially is Maeve.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
This is
don't know.
interesting. I had not considered that this could happen in some way in which that information is divulged to Jay earlier. I was just thinking that Perry was going to take him out because he knows he's getting taken out anyway by the Mother Club. This whole thing is fucked, especially now that they don't have the drugs. But we'll get to that at the very
But
end.
yeah, they've set us up to there's a reason Perry killed her. Jason has to find out about it. I just don't know how he's going to find out. Maybe you're right. Maybe they're fighting and Perry says it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right before he sticks him with a knife.
I killed Aaron.
yeah, exactly. It's interesting. Um, well, there's only actually one other scene before they find the bag, and that's Tom confronts Grasso.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, we have the whole um, confession aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Grasso, can I smoke in my own house? That was an awesome line. It's my house. I'll do whatever the fuck. But the thing that got me in this scene is I don't, I just, I don't know what state of mind Grasso is in. You know, he's angry, but he's angry at himself. He's trying to protect himself. And by the end of the conversation, when Tom says, I'm coming for you, he says, then come. But it doesn't seem real to me.
Yeah, because why didn't he just pull out a gun and shoot him right there?
I think Grasso thinks he's going to be able to get away with it. I think he doesn't understand. He thinks there's not going to be any proof of this, but the proof is in the phone.
Right. And normally in a situation like this, you would be like, oh my God, you never back this person into a corner and make them desperate because they're going to act out and do something. But
Yeah.
there wasn't that sense of this here. It's almost like Grasso's like, I'm protected in some way. And so this leads me to believe, is he spying for somebody that's legitimate? Like, is this, I don't know. He just did not seem threatened by Tom at all.
That's why I felt maybe it was just caught up in his anger. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? He's not acting right. He's drunk.
Yeah.
He's totally depressed. I think he was in love with Lizzie. Oh,
Wow.
whoa. Oh my God. Sorry. That was my alarm. You know what? I set that alarm to remind me that we were doing a podcast last week, Amy, and I haven't taken it off my phone yet. So it is that was kind of loud. I don't even know if people could hear it. But
I
that's what
didn't
I
hear
felt
it.
I
is
didn't
that,
either.
oh, you didn't hear it. Oh,
No.
okay. Oh, so
Just saw you jump
that's
like
why I
something
was
bit
getting
you.
those. Yeah, that's why I was getting those blank stares. Um, I I I just felt that Grasso didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and
Maybe.
he's
I mean, he
backed
has wood
against the
paneling
wall.
all over that house, so clearly he
I
doesn't know what
know,
he's doing.
I know. It's
It's probably his
something
mom's
else
house
too.
he inherited.
Yeah, you're probably right, Gina.
There's always like one panel that starts to lift up a little bit. You know what I mean? And you're like, "Ah,
Mm-hmm.
God, you want to push it back into the wall. Yeah, I don't know. I want backstory on Grasso. I want to know why he's involved. I want to know where he's coming from because I'm not sure. I want to have empathy for him. And the show, the bed scene, the relationship with Lizzie has, I have some kind of feeling for him, but I want more because I'm not used to this show. Even with Jay too, the desperation that he was going after the drugs. We need to get those drugs. How Perry was pissed at him. We should bring
Mm-hmm.
that up too, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he was
Mm-hmm.
pissed that he started the gunfire in the beginning of the
Mm-hmm.
episode.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yep.
need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wanted the drugs so
Jason's
bad, right?
he's a loose
So
cannon, and
yeah,
Perry's really tightly controlled.
that's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still not sure what the heck's going on with Grasso. Then we get the last scene, Perry and Jason looking for what a great shot with the flashlights on the river.
Yep. Yep.
Loved it. They open up the bag, Perry finds it, and what is it full of? Come to Canada and have a new life. All
Yep.
the advertisements. I thought that was
Yeah.
a little bit of a fuck you to them too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or maybe even like he had exchanged his dreams and given them
Mm,
to Maeve.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We get the knock at the door. We're thinking, oh shit, could it be Jay? Could it be Perry? But it's
Mm-hmm.
Ray's wife. She gives Maeve the money. So last episode, when we were kind of pissed that he went forward with this stupid plan, instead of giving the money to Ray's wife, it looks like she could get the money. Well, that is what he did. That
Yeah.
was his plan the entire time. He never had the drugs. He wanted, in my opinion, he wanted to lure Jay and Perry out so he could kill Jay.
You
Yeah.
think that's what
That's
he wanted to do?
that's what I think he wanted to do.
Okay.
I think he also knew there was a chance he wouldn't come out of it alive.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was a,
for
you're
sure.
right. You're
Because
right,
I wasn't
Gina.
sure if he was luring them out there and then trying to lure the FBI also and have them, but then I was like, he didn't know the FBI was
Right.
coming.
That was
So,
a
Didn't know
mistake.
the FBI
Yeah.
was
Okay.
going to be there. Yeah, and that's why
Okay.
he said to Tom too, he's like, "What are you doing here? You're fucking up my plan." And
Okay.
that's why he ran
Mm-hmm.
out of the cabin to get Jay to chase him
Yeah.
because he
Okay.
wanted
Gotcha.
Jay to see him throw the money in the water and then he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to fucking kill him. It was done. He wanted to
Yeah.
die or
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just he was giving up at that point, and he was in a way exchanging his dreams, right? Like he
Yeah.
gave that bullshit dream to Jay and Perry, and the real money goes to Maeve.
And Maeve needs to get out of that house right now.
Oh my God! That yes.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
Yeah.
When she
please.
handed her that bag of money, I said to my husband, she is in immediate danger. She needs to get, because they're going to figure this out. Jason's not stupid. He's going to figure this out. They don't
Where
want the
else they were
drugs.
going to
They want
go?
the money.
Perry, yeah, Perry
Yeah.
knows he lives there. He was already at the
Mhm.
house, remember?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's the first place to go.
Yep. Yep.
So
So she
we can.
needs to get the hell out of there.
She needs to go.
It
Get
would
the
be
kids
nice
and leave.
justice if she somehow ended up killing Jason,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I don't think she will. I think
Mm-mm.
that's not her. But
I
yeah.
think they'll go to
Yeah,
Canada. You'll see them go to Canada, her and the kids.
that would be interesting. It would be justice in a sense, but I don't want that either because then she killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that is, I guess in a TV show we say, they got the one who got that,
Yeah.
but that is traumatic.
No.
Whoever,
Yeah.
whatever happened, she doesn't deserve any more trauma. I just
No,
want
I
her to
I
think
don't
go
think she
away.
will.
I think she's gonna take Robbie's advice. She's gonna
Yeah,
get to Canada with the kids, and that's where she's gonna go.
I hope so. I
And
really
but she's
hope
got to
so.
leave like now.
Gosh, I don't know. This show is so well written. And
Yeah.
I was watching this, and like you said too, Amy, I was like, how is this not the finale?
I know, but
Like,
so this is what I want to ask you to at the end here. Like, what do you guys think is going to be in this final episode?
Well, we're going
I
to
think,
see Jason meet his fate. We're going to see Grasso meet his fate.
Mm-hmm.
We might get some interesting secrets revealed that haven't been to this part. We're going to see some resolution with his son that's in jail, Tom's son that's in jail. Like, I think the three
Those are
big
the three big
things.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
yeah. And I do think the idea of Sam ending up back with Maeve somehow, or Tom helping them all, or they all become a family in some way, is a possibility.
Maeve
Um,
can't stay here. She can't stay
No,
anywhere near here
I
I hope
don't
you're
think
unless
right.
she can stay. Yeah.
unless unless she turns over the money. Unless she says this is drug money, I don't want it, and she turns into the FBI or
And
somebody else.
she
But
might.
she might. But oh, girl, take
I
that money
hate
and
that.
run.
I hate that. All money is blood money. All money. We live in a capitalist system. Wake the
Yep.
fuck up.
Yep.
Come
Yep.
on. See,
Yeah.
I got
No,
on
I
my high
agree.
horse
I
there.
think this is Robbie's this is this is Robbie's chance to get his kids out. And I think she's going to honor that and take the
I
money and do it.
yeah. But then is there a story in which Maeve gets out and like all the kids go live with Tom and Emily and Sarah?
Oh dear God. How many kids?
You
Oh,
know?
she's going to take those kids with her.
Yeah. Yeah. They've lost
Uh,
enough. She won't
yeah,
abandon
that's
them.
true.
I also want to say just really quick, if Emily saying to Tom, "We know what you put in that drink," ends his alcoholism, that's going to be a little. Come on,
Well, I
I need a
mean,
little more there.
it's the first step. Let's put it
It's the
that way.
first step. I agree, and it better
The
be the
first
first step.
step.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I'm glad you pointed that out because that was something I had in here too, the cup,
yeah,
because that
yeah.
has been a thing with the show.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you put in that cup.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I thought was and that's what makes this show brilliant in many ways is that we didn't need to get this big confrontation. She says it, she's walking out of the room, he holds up some juice. He knows he's lying. He knows
Mm-hmm.
he's been caught. They don't need to have a 20-minute conversation about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just the first step. Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
he's all of a sudden cured, but he doesn't
Yeah.
seem to get drunk that night
Yeah. Yeah.
because he
We'll
sits with
see.
the kid. And that scene where he says, "Stay with me a little bit longer,"
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't seem to be drunk or anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
all in all, I think you're right, Gene. I think those are our three kind of things we need to see. I am also hoping that we do understand Grasso a little bit more. I'd like to understand that because I think it has to do with this place, this Delco region, right? Like this story of these people who are all interconnected in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, whatever they do, I'm gonna love it. And
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
this is one of those shows like where I turn off that like theorizing part of my mind, I just turn it off and I just
You just go
let
for
it
the
wash
ride.
over me.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm in for the ride.
Yep.
Anything else that you wanted to bring up or say, Amy?
No, I'm good. We covered a lot.
Yeah, we have. Gina, how about yourself?
No, I just do want to say I don't know if we're going to get a lot of backstory on the whys of Grasso, just because when I watched one of the after the show and the actors are all talking, he had said that he and Jason had talked, the actor who played Jason talked and made a decision that they had known each other growing up, their characters had.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
So I don't know that we're going to get any true backstory on
I'm okay
Grasso.
with it. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't need it. I'm just kind
Yeah.
of interested in it. And
You
even
just
if
want a
it's,
motive.
He
You need
might
a
just
that's
be a
motive.
enough.
dick.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He
but
might
that's
just be a
enough for
dick.
me, Gina. Even if
Yeah.
that's just mentioned, we grew up here. That's
Yeah.
enough for me. I'm good with that. I'm good.
One more thing that it just occurred to me. Robbie's kids do have a mother. She is out there.
That's
We don't know
true.
why she left.
You're right.
Is
Yep.
there going to be some kind of Maeve taking the kids to her? I
That's
don't know.
interesting idea.
I don't know
Because
that
where
they know
is
where
she?
she's
Sure.
at. I don't
Yeah.
think they know where
Yeah.
she's at.
Yeah, we don't even know what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
We don't. That's a great point, Amy.
Yeah.
Great point. All right, Amy, please tell everyone where they can find your amazing podcasts.
So I'm at Little Miss Recap everywhere, all the socials, and then I'm Murder She Watched on the socials as well.
I love it. And whenever I hear it, I always go, "Murder she watched, murder she watched." Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
I like to sing a lot.
I actually heard the theme song to Murder She Wrote in my head, but that's okay too.
See, I always think of that one. This girl named Maxie. I don't. Who is this girl? I don't know. Always made me wonder. Gina, any final? Tell us
No.
where we can find you.
Resisting Gilead podcast, seasons 3, 4, and 5 are available for download. So if you want to kind of catch up on the last few seasons, or you're missing The Handmaid's Tale so much, but season 6 will be coming soon. So.
No one gets time to miss The Handmaid's Tale. We're living it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tell me about it.
I know. But they are doing the sequel is coming out
Yes,
too
the
as well.
Testaments will be coming out. They're already and they're filming right now. They're in production. And who would have known that in our version of The Handmaid's Tale, Marjorie Taylor Greene is Aunt Lydia
Oh,
transitioning
there you go.
into something else.
Right,
There you
right.
go.
Unexpected. Sorry, I
you
had to get that in there.
Aunt Lydia. Well, this has been amazing. This show is so awesome. I just want to thank once again each and every person for downloading, giving feedback. It's really appreciated. We've got our other show, Around the Couch, where we talk about football. We just finished Alien Earth, and Mayor of Kingstown is coming up. And I don't know, there might be another show out there. I don't know. I might try to talk Andy into covering the Stephen King Dairy prequel on HBO or something fun like that.
Welcome
I
to
don't know,
Derry or something.
yeah, I don't know. We got to cover something else that's kind of sci-fi, funny or something.
Stranger Things is coming back too.
Oh, yeah. I think we should do the last season of Stranger Things, honestly.
Oh, I like that. Gee.
Because it's also very Gen X,
Mhm.
wink,
Mhm.
And you know what?
specific.
It is. And my son loves that too.
Yeah.
And each episode is going to be like an hour and a half. It's
And
going to be
we've
like movies.
And we've
Yeah.
never really covered it. So I think it would be kind of fun to
That would
go
be
out with
fun.
a bang for that one.
would
Like
be fun.
I'd be into that. I've
And,
watched
you know,
Stranger Things many times at
The
this point.
schedule that they're dropping it is like Thanksgiving, Christmas, like they're
Yeah, it's very
Halloween,
phased.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Christmas. It's so
Mhm.
cool the way they're doing it. I love, because the one thing I always say is I never understood how like, oh hey, it's Christmas, everyone's off. Let's not drop a bunch of TV shows that people can binge. That's the perfect time
Yeah,
to do
I
that.
agree. I agree.
You know, that's when everyone's at home or they got
Yep.
family around. What do you want to watch? You put something on, you know? All right. We could talk forever. You all are fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Take
Axel.
care, everyone. And here, wait, I got to
Thanks.
do the old YouTube and stop the thing at the same time. All right. Peace out.